Back in the year 2116, everything was perfectly wonderful. There were no prisons, no slums, no insane asylums, no poverty, no wars. All diseases were conquered. Death, barring accidents, was an adventure for volunteers only.
Must be nice to be able to make pictures that look like something. You think this is my idea of what life really looks like? What's your idea of what life looks like? There's a good picture of it. Frame that and you'll have a picture a damn sight more honest than this one. You're a gloomy old duck, aren't you? If you don't like it here, Grandpa, to be are not to be. When I decide it's time to go, it won't be at the sheep dip. A do-it-yourselfer, eh? Messy business, Grandpa. Why don't you have a little consideration for the people who have to clean up after you? The world could do with a good deal more mess, if you ask me. The orderly laughed and moved on. A coarse, formidable woman strode into the waiting room on spike heels. Is this where I'm supposed to come? You aren't about to have a baby, are you? They told me I was supposed to pose for some picture. My name's Leora Duncan. Duncan. Yes, here you are. You're entitled to be immortalized. Into the waiting room bounded Dr. Hitz himself. Well, Miss Duncan, what are you doing here? This isn't where the people leave, this is where they come in. We're going to be in the same picture together. Good. Guess what was just born? I can't. Triplets. Triplets? Do the parents have 3 volunteers? Last I heard, they had 1, and were trying to scrape another 2 up. I don't think they made it. Nobody made 3 appointments with us. Nothing but singles going through today, unless somebody called in after I left. What's the name? Welling. Edward K. Welling, Jr. Oh, Mr. Welling! I didn't see you. They just phoned me that your triplets have been born. They're all fine, and so is the mother. I'm on my way in to see them now. Hooray. You don't sound very happy. What man in my shoes wouldn't be happy? All I have to do is pick out which one of our triplets is going to live, then deliver my maternal grandfather to the happy hooligan, and come back here with a receipt. You don't believe in population control, Mr. Welling. I think it's perfectly keen. Would you like to go back to the good old days, when the population of the Earth was 20 billion, about to become 40 billion, then 80 billion? Do you know what a druplet is, Mr. Welling? Nope. A druplet, Mr. Welling, is one of those little knobs, one of those little pulpy grains of a blackberry. Without population control, human beings would now be packed on the surface of this old planet like druplets on a blackberry. I want those kids. I want all 3 of them. Of course you do. That's only human. I don't want my grandfather to die, either. Nobody's really happy about taking a close relative to the cat box. I wish people wouldn't call it that. What? I wish people wouldn't call it the cat box, and things like that. It gives people the wrong impression. You're absolutely right. Forgive me. I should have said Ethical Suicide Studios. That sounds so much better. This child of yours, whichever one you decide to keep, Mr. Welling, he or she is going to live on a happy, roomy, clean, rich planet, thanks to population control, in a garden like that mural that... There's room for 1. A great big one. It's only death. There. Room for 2. He took Welling's pistol, really intending to shoot himself, but he didn't have the nerve. And then he saw the telephone booth in the corner of the room. To be or not to be. Federal Bureau of Termination. How soon could I get an appointment? We could probably fit you in late this afternoon, sir. It might even be earlier if we get a cancellation. All right. Fit me in, if you please. Thank you, sir. Your city thanks you. Your country thanks you. Your planet thanks you. But the deepest thanks of all is from future generations.